Clap, let's go. Let's do this. Right, do that. Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Walker. .2020, thank you for that follow. Welcome aboard to the Mafia. Right, ladies and gents. It is showtime, okay? I did not know what to do today. Today's title of this stream, anyway, but it's going to be a little bit different when it goes on the YouTube channel because it's WrestleMania. My WrestleMania thoughts of what I thought of this 2-day WrestleMania that just took place April 4th and April 5th. But today's stream is thank you for the... I'm all right, sweet angel. As you can tell, I am a little rough because I was a little rough on the edges at the moment because waking up today was a little hard to do. I'm not going to lie to you because I had a little rough night watching WrestleMania and everything and doing a lot of work on my streams. But other than that, I'm fine. I'm staying indoors, staying out of the way of this bullshit corona. And yeah, hope you're doing well. Hopefully, and next time we stream, I'll be definitely pop by as well. Yeah, I know, yeah. 1,500 followers, ladies and gentlemen. This is on my Mixer channel, by the way. 1,500 followers. I can't thank you guys enough. 2K is on the rising. I'm going to get to that, Ma. I'm going to get to that. Trust me, I will get to that. Hang tight. And I will get to that. You know what? I might even start with that because I'm still wondering what the fuck was that match. Seriously. Almost at nice. Almost at 900. You know what? I don't know why my fucking OBS is going dropping frames and everything. Yes, I know why it was dropping frames. Because of certain stuff. If you guys are in the chat, I know I got this. I know. I believe. It's going to take some doing to get there, though. I'm not going to lie. Go and follow her, please. She's absolutely, yeah. She's absolutely awesome. And like I say, she's almost at 900. Get it to 900, guys. Mafia, get it to 900. And Family of Gamers, too. Yeah. So, you know what? I wanted to save this till later. But I feel the need to talk about it. As my man just brought it up there. John Cena, this is at WrestleMania, by the way, because this is a WrestleMania podcast. John Cena and Bray Wyatt, otherwise known as The Fiend, in a Firefly Funhouse match. If somebody's watching this right now, okay, Shadow Bouncer, thank you for the auto host. If somebody's watching this right now, whether you're watching this on Mixer now or on the VOD later on, the video on demand, past streams, whatever you want to call it. If somebody's watching this, or even on the YouTube channel as well, because this is going on my Wrestling Matters YouTube channel, by the way. If somebody watches this, whether you're on the YouTube channel or not, put it in the comments below if you're on the YouTube channel. Or get at me on Twitter, Facebook, socials, whatever. In room order, haven't had much time to visit anyone. No worries, no worries. Everybody has their shit to do. Sweet angel. Everybody has their stuff to do in that. Like I said, it's pretty hard for me to be doing anything at the moment, but there's all this corona stuff. But anyway, get me on these socials and get me on the Discord too. And please DM me. Okay? Please DM me. And even on YouTube too, if you can DM me on YouTube or get me in the comment section. What the flying fuck was that Firefly Funhouse? I watched it last night. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck am I watching? Because I actually thought it was a ring. with weapons and whatever, and, no rules. It was the most fucked up, strangest thing I've ever seen in my life. I appreciate Sweet Angel. Like I said, it's both on there as well. It was the most strangest thing I've ever seen. He enters the 5-5 front house. He's got the puppet with the McMahon puppet and everything, and that's doing commentary for some reason. Next minute, Bray's, this whole old school Saturday night's main event thing pops up, and Bray's behind this cage. John Cena starts coming in doing that, with the weights and everything. And the next minute, his arms are flipped down. And he hasn't got no arms left, and he's trying to move about and everything like that. Then he goes to his Doctor of Thugonomics routine and basically punts out Bray, Fiend, whatever you want to call him, in there. Thank you for the host ref, by the way. He puts it in, that. And then next minute, I just see this WCW Nitro entrance, the intro to Nitro, the old Nitros back in the day, pop up. Next minute, Bray's coming out looking like, I'm guessing doing his best Eric Bischoff impersonation, with a Wolfpack t-shirt on, by the way. I don't remember Bischoff wearing any Wolfpack t-shirts unless it was the Elite, but that's another issue for another day. He's coming out dressed like that, and then you've got John Cena walking out after him, thinking he's Hulk Hogan, wearing an NWO black and white t-shirt. And they're doing Too Sweet in the ring and shit. What? And then the next minute, John attacks him, starts beating him up a little bit. And then Bray disappears, and then this puppet, the pig puppet's in the way, and he's beating him up too. And then John Cena's like, what the fuck? And he turns around, and the next minute the Fiend pops up, hits the mandible claw on him, hits Sister Abigail on him. He still does Sister Abigail. And gets mandible claw on him again. And then the Fiend, and then Bray Wyatt himself comes in, starts making the cover. 1, 2, 3. And Bray gets the victory. Also, during amongst all that, old school Bray Wyatt came out as well. Bray Wyatt from 6 years ago. If you watched WrestleMania 30. What the fuck was that? Seriously. What the actual flying fuck was that match? I'm still trying to process it in my brain right now. The only good thing about that match, the Fiend got the victory. If you can count it as a victory. That was the only good thing about that match. The Fiend got the victory. That's fine. He got even. But not in any way, shape, or form, ladies and gentlemen, should that match be in a 5-5 full house. You'd have been best off just having a one-on-one match. Or some shit. It's just... And it still bothers me to this day. I'm still processing it in my brain, like I say, just trying to figure out what the fuck that match was. I mean, Bray Wyatt in an NWO t-shirt, I'm done. Seriously, I'm just... It was like, whoa. Probably the wrong t-shirt, because, like I say, I don't remember Bischoff wearing an NWO Wolfpack t-shirt, but in any event. But yeah, that was the 5-5 Funhouse, ladies and gentlemen. The 5-5 Funhouse match with John Cena and Bray Wyatt, or The Fiend, whatever you want to call it. Probably the craziest, weirdest match at WrestleMania's history. And it's and you can say what you want, ladies and gentlemen. You either like it. It's like Marmite. You either like it or you don't. I don't know what to think of it, to be honest with you. And like I said, probably I'll go back and watch it later on sometime when I'm on my own, offline and everything like that, just trying to process it. What the fuck was that? Even when it came back on, And Titus O'Neil, because Rob, the host, Rob Salkowski, or whatever his name is, the American footballer who was supposed to host the show, won the 24/7 title and legged it. So they got Titus O'Neil to fill in for the rest of the show. This was on the second day, by the way. And when he came back on, Titus was like, I don't know what the fuck I just saw. You and us both, baby. You and us both. Hey, kill me. You and us both. Because what? That's the reaction. That is the reaction, ladies and gentlemen. But like I say, if any of you guys understand it, please hit me up on the socials. And by the way, the twitch.tv is not Anthony Walker Games Matter anymore. I need to change them. It is Games Matter _. Just to let you know. As well as my Instagram is Games Matter _. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, we move on. But that was the 551 house, ladies and gentlemen. Just what? Just the craziest thing you'll ever see. Anyway, I've got the notes up here because I can't do it on the browser because it'll fuck up the what I call it. It'll fuck it all up. So, 2 matches on both the pre-shows, both nights, which was Liv Morgan against Natalya and Drew Gulak against Cesaro. Didn't really care about them 2 matches, to be honest with you. I cared about what was on the main card. But Cesaro beat Drew Gulak and Liv Morgan took on Natalya. Why did Liv Morgan take on Natalya? I didn't understand that. Maybe that was Natalya's way of putting Liv Morgan over, I guess. Giving her a little push here and there, and I don't know. Cesaro, Drew Gulak. I think something really is going to happen between Cesaro and Drew Gulak and Daniel Bryan. I think that Drew Gulak at some point is going to turn on Daniel Bryan again. I don't know. I just see this losing streak that he's going to go on, and he's going to blame Daniel for it, and he's going to turn on Daniel and start smacking him one and beating him up again. And we may now have a good match. We may have great matches again with their thing, because they had a great match at Elimination Chamber, which pretty much formed the alliance between the two. But yeah, I can see something happening between them two, really big as well, I might add, because Daniel Bryan, the wrestler, is back. Bryan Danielson is his real name. It seems the wrestler is back. Not that he wasn't a wrestler to begin with, but go back and watch the Elimination Chamber match with him and Drew Gulak, and you understand what I'm saying. One of my downfalls about WrestleMania, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, one of my downfalls about WrestleMania, and I had 2, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I heard about that, yeah. Kill me. I'm on Mixer, for those of you that don't know, if you're watching this on YouTube, mixer.com/GamesMatter. If you want to come on and watch this stream live, please do so. Yeah, I did about that, yeah. Yeah. He'll get through it. He'll get through it. Boris Johnson. He'll get through it. He seems quite the character as a Prime Minister. And he seems quite the character. I think he's strong enough to get through. Yeah. One of my downfalls, like I was saying, guys, one of my downfalls about WrestleMania. Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's title. Now, the downfall to this match was not the fact that the NXT Women's title was on the line. The downfall was Charlotte Flair winning it. Did she really need to win that? Seriously? But it's WWE, isn't it? Anything to push Charlotte Flair to the moon. I mean, I've got nothing against Charlotte Flair personally. I've got nothing against Charlotte Flair ever. But come on. Did she really need to win that? Did she really need to win that? For Pete's sake. She could have just done the honourable thing, which would have been the honourable thing, and put Rhea Ripley over. That's what she should have done. That's what should have happened. Put Rhea Ripley over. And the fact that she didn't, quite frankly, disgusts me. But it's WWE at the end of the day. They're going to push Charlotte to the moon. I mean, in all honesty, she shouldn't have won the Rumble. But no. Thank you, Sweet Angel, for the host. The Fiend. To that one, Carl. And I've just mentioned that, actually. I'm still wondering. Welcome to the Mafia. Now, yeah, she did mean me. Look, the match was good. There's no question about that. The match was great for what it was. What up, Tuna? The match was good. And there was reminiscence of her father as well. Charlotte Flair. It was reminiscence of her father in the match. The way she worked on the leg and everything. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Mafia. There was reminiscence of her father, the way she worked on the leg and everything. Did she really need to win this? No. To be honest with you, no. But like I say, she won the Rumble. She shouldn't have won the Rumble. But, you know, it's WWE for you. They are pushing her to the moon. I haven't heard about a Blue K and Jay Smith. That's a thing. And yes, fog hype indeed. By the way, for those of you that are watching this on the YouTube channel, I'll explain this right now. You probably don't know about this, and you're probably wondering, what the fuck is that in the corner? This little thing in the corner here, Family of Gamers, right? I stream on Mixer. Mixer.com/gamesmatter, like I say. The other week, I joined a stream team called The Fog. Hence the fog hype in the chat there from Tuna. Family of Gamers, right? We're a stream team on here. We're a family of gamers that just loves to game. You know, loves to do this gig that we're doing right now, which is Mixer. You know, love to come on, meet people, have fun, all that stuff. I joined that the other day. The other week, in fact. I was on here streaming Forza, I believe it was. Last Wednesday. And I got off, done my thing, whatever. And I checked my DM on, I went on the Discord and I saw in the DM that Green Eye got in touch with me. And he asked, "Hey, brother." And I was like, okay, what have I done? Normally when I get that, if nobody regularly DMs me, that was his first time he's ever DM'd me, and then nobody regularly DMs me, I always thought I'm in trouble or something. What have I done? I ain't done nothing. You know, that kind of stuff. But he was actually streaming as well, so I said to him, "You want anything, brother? You know, you just DM'd me. You just DM'd me on Discord. I just got your DM on Discord. You know, what's up?" And then he offered me the position, which I didn't say anything, and they didn't waste no time in announcing it. I actually thought I was going to announce it the next day. He's like, "Oh, don't say anything until we announce it." And then they just went, boom, straight away, announced it. So I am now a part of the Family of Gamers. The Mafia and the Family of Gamers are as one. Okay? We are as one, pretty much. Yes, so you can say the Mafia is somewhat has expanded. So yeah, that is the reason for that in the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And you'll be seeing that on here, probably on most of my videos going forward as well. If I ever put them on the YouTube channel as well, you might be seeing that in the corner. If I stream them through here, you know. Or if I do any streams or any videos through here, you might be seeing them in the corner. Okay, I have no plans on leaving them. I'm still speechless and humbled and honoured that they actually invited me. Very good people, as Tuna says in the chat there. Very good people. I have no plans of going anywhere. I'm pretty much with them for life. Until they're not, but I'm pretty much going to be with them. I literally still cannot believe they invited me. Like I say, I've joined many other stuff. Like I said, I'll reply to the comments in a second, guys. I've still joined many other stuff in there. Many other like teams on here, but it hasn't felt legit. If the teams that I joined on here felt like, you know, they're just doing it for fun, you know, whatever. This family of gamers, me joining the family of gamers group, feels legit. If you know what I'm saying. It felt legit. This is like a legit thing, you know, and I'm taking it seriously, as you can say. Hashtag fogging the title, that in the corner, all sorts, you know. I'm taking this extremely seriously. So if you don't know who they are, guys, the Fog family of gamers, there's one of them in there as well. Tuna as well. Go and check him out. As well, like I say, it's a legit thing, and I'm proud to be a part of it. And I like Green Eye, love Green Eye. He's hilarious. And Baby Girl Reborn, champion as well. And there's other people in there as well, which is Frank the Tank, who streams on Twitch, who was on there last night, and I think he had a nightmare last night. But there was some funny stuff that I clipped from his Twitch when I was watching his Twitch stream last night. Some funny stuff. So I've got them on hold. So don't be holding me, Frank. But anyway, that's the reason why that's there, ladies and gentlemen. And you'll probably be seeing that in my future streams as well. So let me just go back to catch up on the chat. Charlotte would be nothing without. Yeah. It basically most of the stuff she's got in her life, in her career, she's earned. I'm not saying she hasn't earned, but it's, you know, there is a semblance of the reason why she's getting it is because of Flair. That's just the way it is. You know that's like Marmite as well. You know, you can either agree or disagree on that. What do you think about Brock Lesnar losing the belt? I'll get to that later. I appreciate that, Kyle. I'm actually going for that look. That's why I'm going for that look. Yeah, but without the glasses, yeah. Stone Cold does not wear glasses. So I appreciate that. Yeah, so yeah. Other than that, the Charlotte Flair match was good, but she didn't really need to win. I'm just saying. Right, I'm going to go through some of these matches as well. I'm not going to talk about most of these matches because some of these matches were thrown on at the last minute. And I think the way they turned this into a 2-night thing was at the last minute as well. So most of these matches that I'm going through right now, I'm not going to talk about them in depth because they were just thrown on at the last minute. And mostly most of them were thrown on to put that person over. Example, Aleister Black, Bobby Lashley. I expected Aleister Black to win this match because they're pushing him to the moon. And if Taker sticks around after his match, which I'll get to later, the Bobby Lashley, if Taker sticks around, he might be rubbing him as well, giving him the rub, you know, because apparently they're going to be working with each other, from what I've heard. That's if WWE's still around with this whole Corona thing. As well. So, yeah, I expected Aleister Black. It was a good match, but I expected Aleister Black to win that match. I expected it to win. It made no sense for Bobby to win. So, and like I say, that match was thrown on the last minute as well. What else was thrown on? Thrown on the last minute. Let's get them out the way. Thrown on the last minute. No, I just think it was that one at the moment. That was because everything else was like built up and everything, but the Aleister Black Bobby Lashley on, I felt was basically thrown on at the last minute. Otis and Dolph Ziggler, I knew that was going to happen at some point. And, you know, that's probably the reason why they made this 2 nights, because they wanted to have that match at Mania. And the truth came out on SmackDown that Sonya Deville was behind the whole thing. And Otis got the girl. You know, Mandy Rose, she got it. You know, Beauty and the Beast, as it was known. But, yeah. Otis walked away with Mandy Rose at WrestleMania. And Dolph and Sonya Deville were left to be made for each other. What the future holds for Mandy Rose and Dolph, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, excuse me, I don't know. We'll have to watch SmackDown this week. We'll wait and see on that. Now, the Raw Tag Team titles was also predictable as well. Street Profits against Angel Garza and Austin Theory, not Andrade. It was meant to be Andrade, but apparently Andrade's injured, so they had to pull him out and gave Austin Theory an opportunity, which was good because Austin Theory is really good. Watch Evolve. But yeah, that was kind of a predictable match as well because I knew the Street Profits will retain. I think that was just an excuse for the Street Profits to be on WrestleMania and defend the belt, basically. Just my opinion. On that one. What else do I need to talk about? Oh, yes, the women's tag team titles. I actually knew that was going to happen anyway. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross beating the Kabuki Warriors. I actually knew that was going to happen. You know, because the way they were being built up going into this match and everything, you could see it happening a mile away. You can see it taking place a mile away. So, it's nothing new in that respect as well. Really nothing new in that respect. What it is in respects of the match, what it is what it was. Just want to see this. What is? Neither here or there, Jay Smith. Neither here or there. Was what it was. It was a storyline, and apparently they're together in real life as well. If they're happy, GG. Yeah. What else is there to talk about on that as well? Oh yes, Elias and King Corbin. Now I don't have a problem with King Corbin as a streamer because he's actually a streamer as well. He's actually a good streamer too. But King Corbin is a pain in the ass. And he got what he deserved at WrestleMania by getting beat by Elias. The way this match was built was good. And even Corbin knocking him off that balcony in the Performance Center. And everybody thought that Elias wasn't going to turn up. I knew he was going to turn up. And he got his revenge. Elias, and beat King Corbin. Where does that leave King Corbin? What does that do for Elias? We will only wait and see. But yeah, I'm glad Elias won that one. But that was another, that was a whatever match. Like most of these matches were, because like I said, most of these matches were thrown on at the last minute. What else haven't I talked about? Oh yes, the SmackDown Women's Title match. Bayley, Sasha Banks, Naomi, Lacey Evans, and Tamina. That was disappointing to me. I don't have a problem with Bayley. I don't have a problem with Bayley retaining. That's not the issue. Because, to be honest, this Bayley has worked really, really, really well for her. This Bayley, the heel Bayley now, as she's now known. She's not that hug girl, comes out with the friggin' blow up dolls at the side of her and everything like that. This Bayley works. And I don't have a problem with her retaining. I was kind of hoping that something was going to go down with her and Sasha. Because the way that it was built, her and Sasha were teaming up and they were eliminating people and everything like that. And I watched that match thinking, okay, Sasha's going to turn on Bayley. We all were. Jay Smith. At least I was. But I thought Sasha was really going to turn on Bayley. She didn't. And Bayley retained. And Sasha even helped Bayley beat, was it Lacey Evans? To get the victory. Which spoiled the match for me because I was hoping something was going to happen between Bayley and Sasha. But you never know. Hopefully down the road, if WWE is still around after WrestleMania due to this whole coronavirus. But yeah, was what it was. What else are we going to talk about? Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler. Talk about a disappointment, because I was expecting Shayna to win this match. She didn't. I don't have a problem with Becky retaining because, Becky's one of my favorite. Becky's pretty much my favorite female anyway in WWE. I think she's hot. I don't know. It was a good match, don't get me wrong. From what I saw, it was a good match and everything. I'm not saying it wasn't. But I think Shayna got robbed, pretty much. She's been robbed twice this year, in my opinion. She got robbed from the Royal Rumble that she should have won. And she got robbed from this match, to be honest with you. Shayna Baszler should be women's champion, in my opinion. Love you, Becky, but they should have put the belt on Shayna. You know. I mean, Becky's had that belt since last year anyway. Pretty much. But Shayna, in my opinion, Shayna got robbed. My opinion. And she's been robbed, like I say, she's been robbed twice. She should have won the Rumble. How did she not win that Royal Rumble? How did they not give her the Royal Rumble? Maybe the stories are true in what Vince has been saying. Maybe he doesn't believe in her. You know, he doesn't think she's the one to take over, you know. Maybe they're holding out for Ronda Rousey. And Ronda comes back and gets her belt back, pretty much. And gets her revenge. When that will be, I don't know. But maybe they are doing that in that respect. You know. What can you say, pretty much, in that respect? What can you say? You know. It is a tough one to judge, though, but, yeah. What else? Thank you, Bowling Dragon Queen, for that host. Yeah, but in all honesty, Shayna Baszler's been robbed. Absolutely robbed. And I can see Shayna and Ronda going at it if Ronda comes back. She might not come back. But if Ronda comes back, yeah, I can see her going at it. Fucking Xbox. I swear Xbox is like a PC computer. You leave it for a minute and it goes off. Hang on a second, let me turn this back on. I'm turning this on because I'm going on. I'm leaving it. I'm trying to leave it, but I'm trying to leave it on because I'm going on ACT the minute I'm done with the stream. I'm just recording this stream right now and doing this stream. I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel and I'm going on ACT. So yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. Intercontinental Championship as well. Sami Zayn, how is he champion? Versus Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan should have won that, to be all honesty. Nothing against Sami, but the fact that they has Nakamura and Cesaro, how did they not make an angle out of that match, out of that situation between Sami Zayn and Nakamura? Because Nakamura was Intercontinental Champion. He lost it to Braun Strowman, right? He lost it to Braun Strowman. Nakamura, Intercontinental Champion, loses it to Braun Strowman. How do you not make and then Sami Zayn wins it in that 3-on-1 handicap debacle at Elimination Chamber. How the hell do you not make Nakamura jealous, storyline wise? You know, how do they not see that? You know, that Nakamura jealous because he was the Intercontinental Champion, loses it to Braun Strowman. Probably expecting it to get it back in the three-way, in the handicap match at Elimination Chamber, but doesn't. Sami Zayn gets it. How do you not make her jealous? Nakamura out of that is beyond me. You know? And then have Nakamura turn on Cesaro and Sami Zayn and then have that match, Nakamura versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental belt. How do you not do that? Hopefully they'll do it down the road, but come on. That's what should have been the match. You know, instead of Daniel Bryan. You know, I think Daniel Bryan was there to put Sami over, if I'm being honest with you. Pretty much. But how do you not do that? That's the perfect story right there. Nakamura gets jealous, turns on Sami Zayn. I want my belt back. Boom. He gets his belt back. You know? Shit makes no sense. Shit makes no sense. On that one. Was it a good match? No. I think Daniel stretched him a few times, but, you know, you knew Nakamura and Cesaro were going to get involved. And they did. So, obviously, Sami Zayn was going to retain out with that match. Owens and Seth Rollins. I knew Owens was going to win that. you can see the way that was built up. That's been building up for months. That 24/7 title needs to go away. Jay Smith needs to go away. Like I said earlier on, Rob, the WrestleMania host won it on day 2 after Mojo Rawley beat, was it R-Truth? Beat R-Truth. Apparently Truth got it back on day 2. And then the host, Rob Zalkowski, the NFL player, or the former NFL player now, as he's probably now known, hosts the WrestleMania, wins the belt, and then legs it. And gets out of there. And then they had to get Titus O'Neil to fill in. So, yeah. Apparently there's going to be an angle between Rob and Mojo Rawley down the road. I don't know. And quite frankly, I could care less. To be honest. I could care about anything that Mojo Rawley does, to be honest with you. But yeah, Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, I knew that was going to happen. Where does this go now? I don't know. I don't know where this leads, and I knew it wouldn't be a one-on-one match. It would be no DQ. But yeah, where does this go now? Where does this whole thing now go with the Monday Night Messiah, as he's now known, Seth Rollins, because his group is falling apart because one of the AOP is injured and he's out for a good length of time. So he's only got. Besides him, there's only 2 members left of his group, which is Buddy Murphy and the other AOP member, because the other AOP member is injured, like I said. So, what's going to happen in that respect, fuck only knows. So, we have to hope and pray that WWE continue and going forward, and then we'll be able to see what happens. But yeah, we'll see what happens. What else have we got that I haven't talked about? Oh yes, we're turned into a 3-way dance, or a triple threat match. John Morrison retains the SmackDown Tag Team titles on his own versus Kofi and Jimmy Uso. It was meant to be a tag team triple threat match anyway, but apparently they pulled the Miz out for some reason, maybe because he was injured. I don't know. And it turned into a triple threat match. John Morrison defeating Kofi Kingston and Jimmy Uso. They were going to retain anyway. Miz and Morrison. So it was pointless doing that. To be honest, they were going to retain anyway. They were going to retain the title at some point by hook or crook. They were going to do it anyway. So, and that match was a great ladder match between the 3 of them. Don't get me wrong, but you knew it was going to happen. You knew Morrison and Miz were going to retain. You know, they've only just got the belts, for Pete's sake. It's too early to get them back, get the belts off them. And plus, they're going to bring legitimacy, I suppose, to the SmackDown Tag Team titles, or what legitimacy they can. Now that SmackDown's on Fox. But yeah, you knew that was coming. Edge and Orton, last man standing match. Probably the most brutal last man standing match I've ever seen in the Performance Center in an empty arena. Quite frankly, have I seen more brutal than last man standing matches? Yes. We all knew Edge was going to win. We all knew Edge was going to get his revenge and whatever and get the victory, which he did. Spearing him on top of the trucks and then doing the concerto. It was predictable. But it was a great match. Was that match of the night? People have been telling me that was their match of the night, or match of the night in their opinion. No. I'll get to match of the night in a minute. Braun Strowman, Goldberg, fucking hell. Now, for those of you that don't know, which I'm sure you already do, you're not stupid. You know, you're wrestling fans, you follow wrestling like I do. You're not stupid. You all know that was meant to be Reigns. You all know that was meant to be Roman Reigns. But Roman Reigns, due to this coronavirus and the fact that he's fought leukemia on 2 occasions, didn't want to risk his health. He didn't want to risk anything to do with his health or anything like that, so he had to pull out, which is a smart thing to do. If you're not 100% confident in your health, even though you fought leukemia on 2 occasions, if you're not 100%, 100% confident in how you are with this whole corona thing going on, get out. You know, You have no choice. You know, if you're not 100% healthy or anything like that, and Roman, he might be healthy now, but he's not 100% healthy. You can't fight leukemia on 2 occasions and be 100% healthy. I'm sorry. That doesn't work. So, smart move, get out of there. And then they got Braun Strowman. But the match was horrible. It was about 3 spears that Braun kicked out, and then Braun hit him with about 4 slams, 4 body slams, 3 or 4 spears. But then Braun hit him with 4 body slams and got the victory. It was horrible. You knew there was going to be that kind of match, because that's what a Goldberg match is nowadays. But that was worse than his Undertaker match. That was worse than any other match that he's had with Brock and everything. And that was probably what they were going to do with him and Roman, if Roman stayed. But yeah, that was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Horrible match. But I'm glad, don't get me wrong, and this might sound a little controversial to you people, I don't give a shit. I was glad when they put the belt on, the Intercontinental belt on Strowman. I think they did that as a test, to be honest. And now he's the Universal Champion. And I'm glad about that, because that's long overdue. Braun, whether you like Braun or not, and I don't give a fuck who you are, whether you like Braun Strowman or not, he needed that, to be fair. Yes, it was going to be Roman. Yes, Roman would have walked out of the with the Universal title if he'd have stayed. You knew that was going to happen. You know, it was predictable anyway. I mean, the whole thing with Goldberg coming back to begin with was like him and Brock. You know, he did what he did with Brock as a favor to Brock. And plus to get the sour taste out of their mouth, and get the sour taste out of the mouths for the match at WrestleMania 20 between Brock and Goldberg, which was a shit show, quite frankly. So they wanted to erase that, which they did. And fair play to them. But yeah. I was just working on my Xbox then. But yeah. You know, Goldberg wouldn't have won that match anyway. Even if it was Roman, whether it was Roman or Braun or whatever. Yeah, that wouldn't have happened. But I'm glad they put the belt on Braun. I'm glad. Hopefully he can have a longer reign than he did with the Intercontinental belt. Because he deserves it, to be honest with you. Whether you like Braun or not, was he the wrong choice for it? Yeah, probably. But, you know, at least he has a belt now. At least they put the belt on him. It's long overdue. It should have happened a long time ago. But, you know, like someone said on social media, better late than never. What else have we got that I haven't talked about? I'm just making sure I've gone through all these matches here. Yeah, WWE Championship. Let's talk about it. Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre. Hallelujah. Drew McIntyre is now your WWE Champion. And I'm very much glad. Not for the fact that Brock lost, or not much for the fact that Brock lost. I'm just glad they put the belt on Drew. They gave Drew what he deserves. What he's deserved since he was in WWE, to be honest with you, the first time around. But maybe he wasn't ready for it. Like I say, he was in WWE the first time around. He broke away from WWE. He broke away from WWE. He got fired, pretty much. And went onto the indie circuit. Won every belt on the indie circuit that he could get his hands on. Whether it was Evolve, ICW Championship, WCPW title, titles in Australia, whatever. Heck, he was the reason, Drew Galloway, he was the reason that ICW is now the ICW, the Insane Championship Wrestling Championship, the world title, is now a world championship to begin with, because he made that a world title. He was also Impact World Champion too. TNA World Champion, whatever the fuck you want to call that company. The only company I know that has pretty much two names. But he finally got what he deserved. He is now WWE Champion. The match was good for what it was. Impactful. The type of match you expected. And he kicked out of, was it 4 F5s? 4, 5 F5s? I lost count after 3. But he kicked out of a lot of F5s. And to Brock's credit as well, Brock kicked out of about 4 Claymores before the last one hit him and allowed Drew to win. But yeah, Drew McIntyre is now your WWE Champion. And in my opinion, this is just my opinion, granted that WWE is still existing after now WrestleMania, I would imagine Raw's tonight and SmackDown going forward, they need to keep that belt on him for a good long period of time. Maybe like they do with Becky Lynch. If I was Vince McMahon or whoever's booking, I would keep that belt. Probably Paul Heyman, and I know Paul Heyman's no dummy when it comes to booking. You can see how he's turned the Raw around now. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if Paul Heyman was the main reason that McIntyre is even WWE champion to begin with, because he obviously pitched it to Vince. Vince probably didn't see anything in him, and then Vince, boom, there you go. They should give McIntyre a really good lengthy run. Not necessarily saying beating records, you know, beating CM Punk's record or CM Punk's title reign or whatever title reigns before him. Don't care about that. He needs to have a long title run. Maybe going into next year's WrestleMania. Just something that could bring prestige. Because he's done it in the other promotions, in the indie promotions, like in ICW. He was ICW champion for a year and took that belt all over the place. Now, I don't expect WWE to allow him to wrestle in other promotions with that title and defend the belt on there. I don't expect that to happen. But he needs to have a long title reign. He really needs to have a long title reign. If I was booking WWE, if I was Paul Heyman or Vince McMahon, whatever, I'd like to say Paul Heyman's no dummy anyway, I would book him to have a long title reign. And I would find during that period the best wrestlers or the best people on that roster that can push him to the top. Blocking Rhyme, hey, what's up? But can push him to the moon and make him a great champion. I would find that people. You know, the best opponents for him, if you will. I would imagine Brock's going to get his rematch at some point as well. Funnily enough as well, speaking of Brock and the WWE Championship as well, I like the fact they're still promoting Money in the Bank. Even though I've been told that's getting cancelled. But they're still promoting it. And that's the next pay-per-view in May. John Cena lost. And like to say, Brock blocking, I'm still wondering what the fuck that match was. But yeah, it still seems. Will WWE last? Because they're planning on shutting WWE down. Quite frankly, they've even tried to shut AEW down, which I'll get to in a second as well. Because AEW's been doing some tapings. I'm about to get to that match right now, Jay Smith. But AEW has been taping, doing some TV tapings, and the police have tried to shut them down, which I'll get to in a second. Fuzi, what's up, man? What is up, sir? Let me give you a shout out. Right there. Shout out to all of you for coming by as well. Tuna, you, Fuzi, everybody else who just came by and everything. I'm just recording a podcast. This is a podcast about my thoughts on WrestleMania over these 2 days and everything like that. Right. Everybody has spoken to me, and they've said it on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, because I've even said it myself. I've even read it myself. Everybody reckons that the last man standing match was good. Was the match of the night. Yeah, all good. Just got a little bit of a headache. I had a bit of a rough night, but it's all good. Hope all is well with you, sir. Yeah. The last man standing match stole the show at WrestleMania. I disagree. 100% disagree. Because you want to know what match stole the show for me? The Boneyard match. Undertaker, AJ Styles. Fucking phenomenal. Sorry, AJ. I loved it. I actually loved it. Now, when this match was first made, and AJ challenged Undertaker to a Boneyard match, I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is a Boneyard match? It just sounded wrong. It just sounded wrong. You know, it's like a Boneyard match. Come to think of it now, you look at it now and come to think of it, you actually know what it is because it's a washed up version of the, or PG version or PG watered down version of a Buried Alive match, it seems. But this match stole the show both nights for me. Stole the show. Both nights. This was top of the list. I really loved it. It was actually great. And going back to these matches that they've had before in the past outside of WWE with, what was it? The Final Deletion matches with Matt Hardy and that. I actually think this was better than them matches. You've got AJ coming out in that casket. Everybody thinking it was The Undertaker and everything, and then AJ, the casket opens and AJ just like pops out. You know, waiting for him and everything, and then next minute he's calling out The Undertaker, "Where are you, big man?" And then Undertaker comes back on his American Badass and stuff, which was fucking badass to begin with. And also, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Metallica is the theme song. Now, is it Now That We're Dead? Or something like that. Go and look it up. Because I never heard that song until I heard that thing. I'm a big fan of Metallica. But I didn't come across that song until I heard The Undertaker come down to it. For that match, the Boneyard match. I walked away. I thought, I'll go and check it out and see, see what it's like. Again, Metallica do not disappoint. One of my favourite bands. This is my favourite band right here, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Disturbed. David Draymond and everything. Number one band, and my favourite band of all time. Taking nothing away from Metallica because I'm a huge fan of Metallica too. I've got a Metallica t-shirt in my closet as well. But that song is great. Everybody was disappointed on Facebook when they talked to me about it. Oh, we didn't get You're Gonna Pay or Rolling or anything like that. So fuck. That Metallica song made him badass anyway. But yeah, he comes down, and top to bottom, the match was great. Yes, we all know that the OC were going to get involved. Gallows and Anderson. We all know they were going to get involved. We all know that was going to happen. For fuck's sake. But yeah, Gallows and Anderson gets involved. They get destroyed. They go onto this top thing, top of the what to call it, like a housing area, on top of the roof area. Gallows gets thrown off the roof. Anderson gets tombstoned. Styles is running away like a coward. Undertaker does that, and then this fire pyro comes up from behind Styles. Styles craps himself. Unbelievable. And then he chokeslams him like he did to Rikishi one time at the Hell in the Cell. Chokeslams him off him, and he goes right into this patch of wood that was down there. Takes the biggest bump down there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't know if they thought about an hour. It might have felt like it to begin with. But yeah, unbelievable. Truly unbelievable. And it was a good fight as well. Like I say, Gallows and Anderson getting involved. These druids came out, and Undertaker's like, "Well, we then? Let's go." And starts beating them up and everything. Gallows and Anderson getting involved, trying to help out AJ to no avail. I think at one point as well. I don't know. They were near this Hurst, and Undertaker's like trying to hit AJ and everything. And then he does this, and he goes right, and his hand, his elbow here, his arm here, goes right in through the window. And his arm's bleeding due to getting cut by the glass. And and Undertaker brings this out, and he's like, "Son of a bitch." And he turns around like AJ, he's like, "You see what you've made me do now?" This Undertaker's great. He really is. And I hope he's this going forward, because apparently he's going to be... this is his new character. I've been told this is his last match. Because I think they've already started bringing out a documentary on the network anyway called Last Ride. I don't know what's going on with the Undertaker, but I got it from the clip of that. He said that he wanted to go out a good way. He wanted to have a great match and end it there. He wanted to have a good match and end it there. You know, he didn't want to go out. He didn't want to go out having the Goldberg match, because he was pissed about the Goldberg match. I think he even spoke to Angle at one point and says, "I don't want to retire knowing that I had that Goldberg match as my last match and everything like that. I don't want to retire. I don't want to go out that way." And then Kurt Angle advised him, "You should wrestle AJ." And Angle's smart in that respect. He said, "You should wrestle AJ," which he did. He did wrestle him, he fought him. And the match was put together, the Boneyard match, to cover the lack of what Undertaker can and can't do now, because he's getting old. You know, the getting old is, you can see in the Undertaker, he might look good for his age and whatnot, but getting old's kicking it. You know, the sell-by date's coming, and Undertaker even knows himself he's going to have to hang up the boots at some point. You know, maybe straight away. I'm amazed he hasn't done it now, but he's going to have to hang the boots up and the gloves up and everything at some point. So, in all honesty, like I say, when they had that match, or when they announced that match for WrestleMania, the Boneyard match, like I said, I'm like, what the fuck is a Boneyard match? It just sounded wrong the way Styles said it. "I challenge you to a Boneyard match." What the fuck's a Boneyard match? You know? But we all know it seems to be a PG watered down version of the Buried Alive match. It seems. Because Undertaker toyed with him and then kicks him right into the grave that Styles said he made for the Undertaker. Buries him with the dirt from the crane that was next to it. They had a crane there next to it with dirt inside, and he puts the dirt all over AJ. You could see AJ's hand sticking out as Undertaker going away. And then but before that, Undertaker walks across the grave above the grave thing. It was like grave there, the gravestone. Removes what was covering the gravestone, and it said AJ Styles. Whatever, to 2020. You know? Is that the last we've seen of AJ? Probably not. But we'll have to wait and see. But that was great. And then Undertaker gets on his bike, does that. The Undertaker symbol pops up on the house. Very nicely done too, I might add. And then Undertaker just drives away with the Metallica song in the background. And then WWE goes off air. I don't care what anyone says. That was match of WrestleMania. That stole the show for me at WrestleMania. Taking nothing away from the last man standing match and the other matches, but that was the best match at WrestleMania over the 2 days. the best thing on WrestleMania over the 2 days, the Boneyard match. Because that even surprised me. And I think Triple H said it as well. You're going to be surprised. There's going to be something going down at WrestleMania that you're not going to expect. I'm guessing that was it. Because I wasn't expecting that Boneyard match to be good. It was. It was absolutely great. In all honesty, I think the Boneyard, if you're talking about what was best over the 2 days of WrestleMania, I think the Boneyard match saved WrestleMania 1. Part 1. I think the Boneyard match definitely saved Part 1. But if you're talking both days, I think WrestleMania 2, the Part 2 was a little bit better. But I don't care what anyone says. You can at me, do what you need to do. I don't care what anyone says. Undertaker, AJ Styles stole the show at WrestleMania. That was the best match of the whole thing for me. I don't care what anyone says. Everybody likes the other matches as well. You know, I think one of my friends on Facebook probably liked the Edge and Orton match better than the Undertaker AJ Styles match because Undertaker didn't come out to Rolling or You're Gonna Pay. But that Metallica song, it was badass. I hope he has that going forward. Don't get me wrong. I hope he has that going forward. Probably doesn't, but we'll see. But yeah, just tremendous. And you know what? After this, or later on, when it's a quiet moment and everything, before I go to bed tonight, I might even watch that match again. To be honest, because I really, really, really enjoyed it. And like I said, Triple H said that something was going to go down at WrestleMania that you probably didn't expect. I guess that was it, because I didn't expect that match to be good. It was. So, AEW as well. Like I say, guys, I don't know how long this is going to be. It's not going to be like too long, this stream, so don't expect a 3-hour show or anything like that. These podcasts usually take about an hour and a half, max. Depends on what I'm going to talk about. But this podcast that I'm doing today is about WrestleMania. I appreciate everybody who came in the chat and came by and lurked and said hello and whatever. Thank you for the 100. You know, said hello and whatever and followed and everything. I love all you guys. Like I say on the stream, thank you for getting me to 1,500. I really, really do appreciate it. It means the world. And like I say, I'm speechless and humbled by every single one of you as well. 2K followers. I will be going on ARC after this, the minute I'm done with this stream. Bowling Dragon Queen. I said Bowling for Queen for, I don't know. Bowling Dragon Queen, is Kill Me still on ARC? Well, hoping it's next month, Jay Smith, because I've been told and I've read very much so that they're cancelling it. They might be cancelling it due to Corona, because it seems that WWE may very well be on lockdown. I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. Like I say, Vince McMahon, putting Vince McMahon on lockdown is like freaking putting Vince McMahon in jail. Yeah. No, because I want my my Byrox. That's why I asked if you're still on what to call it. If you're still on ARC, because I want my Byrox. My Byrox is still missing. And like I say, I haven't had chat. I only went on there to clean up the mess that was going on for what Queen Vic told me, kill me. Because apparently my piranha, the big piranha, was still breeding a little bit, which I forgot to turn off the mating thing. I thought I did, but I didn't, obviously, which is no big deal. I've cleaned up the mess now. But like I said, I'm still missing my Byrox. Yeah, like I say, when I'm done with this, I'll go on it now. Like I say, you'll have a better chance of finding it than I will, because you being an admin and that. But cheers anyway, kill me. Right. AEW. Yeah, AEW. All Elite Wrestling. Apparently, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to get some All Elite Wrestling. Okay? Through this whole Corona debacle. Because apparently they've been doing TV tapings, and they're going to be covered now through the month of May, at least. Going forward, I don't know, but apparently there are going to be some TV tapings in the month of May. They obviously cancelled the Blood and Guts show that we're meant to do, because I think they even smartened themselves up saying, I think we want to do the Blood and Guts show in front of an audience. So when this whole thing dies down and eventually ends, they'll be able to do the Blood and Guts in front of an audience. And obviously there'll be build up to it and whatever. And hopefully Nick Jackson will be back then as well. So yeah. And like I said, the thing that's the thing for me, in my opinion. They're going to be there doing it through April, through May. There's going to be some TV tapings going through April as well. We're going to get a TV show this week and probably in the next coming weeks. But apparently they're set for May as well, as far as TV tapings go. So you're going to see some AEW Dynamite through May as well. Because like I say, they're even thinking about shutting them down too. At least they're trying to. They even tried to shut them down doing the TV tapings they were doing. The police. Because I read this on the internet. The police went to their TV tapings where they were doing the TV tapings and tried to shut them down. But Cody and everybody there showed them their information that they needed to show, all the licensing and whatever they needed to make sure the tapings go ahead, which they did. But the police even tried to shut them down, like I said. So, but apparently from what I've heard, for the month of May, from now until probably the end of May this year, you're going to get you're going to get some AEW wrestling TV tapings. Yes, it might not look good because it'll be an empty arena, even though they've put like wrestlers in the crowd and whatever as well. The other wrestler here and there. The TNT tournament starts this week, by the way. Yes. AEW have come up with a concept called the TNT Championship. Which, to be honest, and I don't mean to say this in any disrespect or anything like that. I mean in this in no disrespect. It wouldn't surprise me, right? It wouldn't surprise me if, and this is just my opinion, it wouldn't surprise me if Cody came up with that idea for the TNT. Just so he can go for a championship in AEW. Because, to my knowledge at least, and this is just to my knowledge, apparently, Cody's still barred from competing from the World Championship because he lost that match to Jericho. Because it was Jericho's first title defense and he lost, and the concept was if Cody lost, which he did, he would never compete for the World Championship again. Excellent, kill me. I'll if you can bring it back to the pen, and I'll come on and I'll collect it when I come on. Yeah, he brought it in. And like I say, it wouldn't surprise me if that happened. You've seen the brackets. Apparently it's Lance Archer versus Cody Rhodes. Lance Archer versus Colt Cabana. Dustin Rhodes, or Dustin Runnels, whatever you want to call him, is in the right-hand bracket as well. It's an 8-man tournament. He's going to be competing in that match as well. I forgot who he's facing. Okay. No worries. Not a problem, kill me, and I appreciate that. And on the other side, it's Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara, Shawn Spears versus Cody Rhodes. You look at that situation, and I said this the other day as well, and I think I said this during my GMW streams. You look at that bracket, and I even said this on Twitter, right? And you look how that's set out. Tell me that the final is not going to have Cody Rhodes versus Lance Archer for the TNT Championship. You could see it a mile away. Considering what happened with Cody and Jake Roberts when Jake made his debut, he said he had a client, turns out to be Lance Archer, right? You can't sit there and tell me that the final of that match, of that tournament, is going to be Cody Rhodes and Lance Archer. Because Lance will beat Colt Cabana, and then Lance will probably end up beating Dustin Rhodes as well. And then it'll be Cody and Lance in the final. Because Cody will beat Shawn Spears. No doubt about it. Cody will beat Shawn Spears. And then he'll probably face Darby Allin based on what happened last Wednesday when Darby cold-cocked him after the match, their tag match that they had in the main event. So you know what that's going to happen. So you know Sammy's going to lose that match. So you can see the build-up going in. You can see the clock ticking. All the things that are working. Darby cold-cocking him. So it's going to be Darby Allin and Cody probably in the semi-final. And then Cody wins, goes on to face Lance Archer. And you know what? Probably wins the TNT Championship as well. One of them will end up winning it. And my knowledge, percentage-wise, it will probably be Cody. It'll probably be Cody. So, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. But if you guys can't see, if you guys watch AEW like I do, and you can't see that it's going to be Cody versus Lance Archer, I'm sorry, you're idiots. You're idiots, or you don't know the wrestling thing like I do. You can see it a mile away. Okay? It's predictable, yes, but, you know, you can see it a mile away. And it's all based off what's took place. Because at some point, Lance Archer is going to face Cody Rhodes. I will be genuinely shocked if they don't go down that route. 100% shocked if they don't go down that route. You know, but you could see it a mile away. It's stupid not to do it. You could see it a mile away. That's just the way it is, you know. But yeah, Lance Archer, Cody Rhodes, or Cody in the final of that tournament. You could see it a mile away as well. Moxley, a couple of weeks, will take on Jake Hager, his first title defense in a no-holds-barred empty arena match. Don't expect Jake Hager to win that match. Please don't. I don't know why this match has took place, to be honest with you. Everybody's busting the balls of Jim Ross, saying, "Oh, Jim Ross gave all the benefits." Shut the fuck up. You kind of knew. Anyone with a brain could see that was going to happen the way they were going at each other. For Pete's sake. If Jake does win this match, will he hand the belt back to Chris Jericho? Or will he be the champion himself? Because there's one thing I could say this right now about Cody Rhodes, what he says on commentary as well. He's right about what he says. Jake Hager does not need to be in the inner circle. He needs to be out of the inner circle. Because if he's used right, which I'm pretty sure he would be in AEW than he did in WWE, because Cody looks at him and thinks he's a horse and everything like that, and I would imagine everybody else does behind the scenes. But if he's pushed right, he could be a great world champion down the road. If he's pushed right and used properly, unlike what he was in WWE. You know, I mean, look at Moxley. Moxley's a lot better now than he was in WWE. I'm sorry. Everybody's like saying, "Oh, I want Dean Ambrose to come back." Shut the fuck up. Seriously. Moxley is 10 times better now than he was in WWE. He's 2-time IWGP United States champion. Still IWGP United States champion from what I've seen. Like I said, I haven't caught up with any New Japan yet. And he's the current AEW World Champion. You know? I mean, come on. Come on, bro. You know? It's simple as that. And if he does come back to WWE in the future, he doesn't need to be Dean Ambrose. They need to keep him as Jon Moxley. And just let him be Jon Moxley. Because that's what I'd do. I don't know why they didn't do that in the first place, to be honest. But obviously WWE's WWE, you know, and all that. He needs to be Jon Moxley. If he does come back to WWE, I don't think he will anytime soon. Especially when he's on top of the AEW food chain, if you will. But yeah, it is what it is as well. Right. I think that's about it from this podcast. Any of you guys got any questions? I'm happy to stay on for an extra maybe 20 minutes or so, just to. If you guys got any questions in the chat here on Mixer, you know, if you want to throw questions out on me, go for it. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit weird. It's going to be very weird to see wrestling not here in the if it gets shut down by coronavirus. You know, because apparently there's talk about them shutting down the coronavirus, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Also, guys, if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, the Wrestling Matters YouTube channel, I'll end this now, because that about wraps it up for me on here. If you like what you saw, like, share, subscribe, guys. Give me your thoughts on WrestleMania as well. If you see this, give me your thoughts on WrestleMania down below, in the comment section below. Please be respectful. That's all I ask. Please be respectful. And if you want to see this streamed live, or you want to see me stream live, mixer.com/gamesmatter on Mixer. I'm on Mixer. Get yourself over there. Come support me. Come follow the channel. Whatever as well. So if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, I'll see you next time, guys. And I'm looking to bring back the podcast. And I'm actually thinking of streaming it each and every Monday as part of my schedule on here. Like I say, I don't know yet, because I want to try and do it in other areas. I'm trying to think of doing it in other areas and everything, but I'm just thinking about going back to Mondays like I used to do. Get me on Discord as well if you're watching this back. My Discord will be in there as well, and my social medias will be in the description as well. But guys, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on the YouTube channel. Peace out.